What's up, guys? I am coming to you from my car. I just wanted to come on and make a quick video about reasons why your weight loss isn't consistently going down. You might gain a pound, gain 2 pounds, lose a pound, lose 3 pounds, gain 2 pounds. If it's fluctuating and not consistent. I found that before I started really paying close attention to the weight loss, that my weight loss was fluctuating, and I'm sorry, I found that my weight loss was fluctuating, and I wanted it to be more consistent weight loss, and there was a few things that I noticed that I needed to do in order to make those things happen. So let's talk. Let's discuss. I'm driving my son to school, and we're gonna get right to it. Okay. So, number one, I weigh myself every single day. I weigh myself every single day because it helps with the consistent weight loss. I'm able to see, some of the things that I did wrong from the day before. Whether it's keto day, keto friendly day or not, or cheat day or not, or eggs and grapefruit day or not, fasting day, intermittent fasting day, whatever it may be, I still weigh myself. Because then I'm able to compare, okay, how did my behaviors from the day before affect my weight this morning? So, let's get into the reasons why it might fluctuate. Number one, you weigh yourself on different scales. So, in my house, I have 2 different scales. I have 2 different scales because originally, I was on this weight loss journey, and then my partner decided that he wanted to lose some weight as well, and the scale was getting a little funky, so we acquired another scale. Originally, when I first started the keto diet, actually, I started with the eggs and grapefruit fast. You guys know that. When I started with the eggs and grapefruit fast, I was working at a school, and I would weigh myself every single day in the nurse's office. I took my measurements, arms, legs, the size, arms, legs, stomach, neck, chest, bra size, and then I was weighing it every single day on the school scale. And when I left the school, I could no longer weigh in on the school scale. So I went and I purchased a scale for my own home. And if you're weighing in on different scales, expect that your weight won't be consistent. So the most accurate reading that I go by is my doctor's office scale. So because once I started my journey, and I consulted with my doctor, consult with your doctor. When I consulted with my doctor, I started seeing him once a month. So I would go, I could tell you, oh, today I'm 50.4 pounds down, and tomorrow I'll be 48.7 pounds down. So I consistently go by my doctor's office scale because I know that my home scale fluctuates. Even based on if my partner gets on the scale before me, then it will adjust my weight a little bit. So that's number one. If you're weighing in on different scales, don't sweat it. It's nothing that you can do about it. But, you want to try to be as consistent as possible. I found that I would weigh in on both scales, and I would take the weight from the heaviest weight. And that's how much I would, put into my calorie count on the Lose It app, and that's how much I would say that I weigh. The next thing is if you weigh in earlier than usual. So I know for me personally, I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, wash my face, I go to use the bathroom, and then after I use the bathroom, I get on the scale. For me, it's at different times in the day. Sometimes if I go to bed a little bit earlier, I wake up a little bit earlier. If I go to bed a little bit later, I wake up a little bit later. So I'm weighing in every morning, but every morning is at a different time. So, it's not consistently 7:05 in the morning. So you got to take that into account. If you're weighing in earlier or later, your body would have then done different things, digested your food differently or more or less or whatever the case may be. So If you want to see consistency in your weight loss, number one, consistently weigh in on the same scale. Number two, weigh in at the same time. If it's noon for you, then it's noon for you. But you got to take into account that if you're not intermittent fasting, noon will include breakfast. Noon's weight will include breakfast. So if you want to see consistency in your weight loss, you need to weigh in on the same scale at the same time every day. The next thing, this is something that hugely affects your weight. You ate later. I noticed that when I, go out with the girlfriends or anybody. I mean, when I go out later at night and I'm eating out somewhere at Applebee's or, Bahama Breeze, wherever it may be, I noticed that my weight fluctuates in the morning because I still got food in my stomach. I haven't really digested my food. I haven't gone to the bathroom yet or anything like that. So it's like, I'm still holding on to that weight. So if you're not eating at the same time at night, please expect that you will have food left in your stomach and it's going to show up on your scale. If you eat at the same dinner time at night, whether it's 6 p.m. or, and then you weigh in again in the morning at 8 a.m., it'll be more consistent. So you can take those things into account. What else? I'm sorry, y'all know I have my notes. Okay, so the things that the whole next category is water weight. All these things are basically because your body is holding water, but more specifically, reasons why your body could be holding water. You have more sodium. So if you have a lot more sodium the day before, you got to expect that your body is storing some water to, get rid of, dilute or whatever, that sodium. So you have to take that into account. If you're tracking on the Lose It app, you can see how much of an intake of sodium you've had. So, but you have to expect on those days where you take in more sodium, your body will adjust accordingly. You need to poop. That's obvious. I mean, if you haven't pooped yet and you're feeling rumbly in your tumbly, but you get on the scale first, your weight is going to affect that. And your food, wherever your food is in your digestive tract, your weight is going to affect that. So if it's not out, it's in, and it's on your scale. More carbs. I know we have a 25 gram limit. Some have more, some have less, but I know I have a 25 grams of carbs limit. But there is a huge difference in the scale when I eat 5 grams of carbs versus when I eat 20 grams of carbs in a day. So take that into account. Take into account all these things I'm telling you to, because if you look on a scale and it's a half a pound heavier than yesterday, you should be able to tell yourself, I had more carbs yesterday, I had more sodium yesterday, I ate later, I pooped, which one was it? So take those things into account. And if you're somebody like me who is caught up on the scale, weighing in every day, checking your weight loss every day, measuring, if you're losing weight, if you're gaining weight, if you're doing something wrong, did you eat something you're not supposed to? If you're caught up in it, obsessed with it, I'll say, definitely take into account of all these things. And last but most certainly not least, if you had a tough workout. Now this don't necessarily apply to me, but it is true indeed that your body will store water if you had a tough workout the previous day. And workouts include like just a little bit more walking. Workouts include anything. Like if your heart rate gets up above normal, then it's considered. So take all those things into account, and let's just recap. The scale, measured on the same consistent scale, eating at the same time, going to the bathroom around the same time, and before you weigh in, your sodium carb intake, and your workout. So I hope this helps somebody in figuring out how to determine their weight loss and see consistent results. If you like what you see, stay close, stay subscribed, stay blessed.